Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. If you're following me and you're new to my channel, I welcome you all. I'm Aspie. I'm all about creating mental health and awareness, sharing my life stories with Aspergers Syndrome and the like, along with tips and advice along the way with your mental health versus your general health, based on my training and life experiences, so to speak. And also, I do some along the way my Beauty from Ashes channel vlogs of certain personal life experiences or something that's close to my heart of everyday topics that we may go through, and hopefully shed some light to you by giving you some clarity, peace, love and hope, and being your girl mental support advocate or what have you maybe. So enough for the do, guys. Basically this one's how to accept rejection. So basically these were broken down into 3 parts, which was covered. So the first part was basically, and this was having a positive mindset, was part 1. Part 2 is learning from rejection, which I just previously shared with you all, and this last one is part 3, basically going the extra mile. So hopefully you're liking these and you're learning something along the way with me, and smash the like button for, you're liking it and engaging with it, or even just pop in a quick comment down below in the comment bar, hi Aspie, I'm liking these or whatever, or even suggest personally, in a private message, or even on the comments page, or even on my social media sites or Facebook or Twitter, that you want to see some other topics besides this one. Like I said, I'll do my best I can to reach out to you guys as much as I can in a way of topics, or just in a way of if you guys are personally struggling and you want to private message me about something, do for free. I'm not here to judge or criticize, because obviously I've been in some people's shoes, but not all of it. But I'll do my very best to actually, answer your questions and whatnot, if you need it, via PM, instead of, maybe sharing an everyday topic that comes about 9 times out of 10. So as said, this one's part 3, going the extra mile of how to accept rejection. So let's begin this. Number 1 of this is talk to your friends about it. Another way to accept rejection, a little more easier, is to talk to a trusted friend, co-worker, colleague, or whoever about how you're really feeling. Don't forever bottle it all up. If you're feeling low about being rejected, whether it's in a professional or a personal setting, sometimes nothing can make you feel better than just talking to a trusted friend that you can reach out to about all this. As I said before, don't forever keep all your angry or hurt feelings inside it, and stop dwelling on what might have been, what could have been, what should have been, and the like. Instead, call up an old friend or set up a coffee date and talk about your feelings. Be sure when the person is in some need of the opposite person on the other end receiving it will be able to take some time out for you to actually discuss this. You'll instantly feel better and you're able to move on faster, because you'll have someone to talk to about your problems, and maybe they can shed some light of some possible solutions for you about how to move on or what have you, or maybe they'll be able to be kind enough to share their experiences and actually tell you how they gone about, moving on. But just remember, it's one step at a time though when it comes down to it. You may feel that rejection was a catastrophe. However, a friend can give you a more rational, down-to-earth take on the situation, as I said. However, don't let this turn it into a ranting episode about what happened to the 5 closest people within earshot. Having a friend's unbiased and helpful opinion can help cheer you on, but complaining and rehashing the same problems over and over again can just actually make you feel worse. Make sure you're talking to someone who really understands how much the rejection means to you. Having a friend say to you, it's not the end of the world when you feel like it is, and maybe the last thing you wish and want to hear about. Number 2, talk to other people about their experiences with rejection. Chances are that you're not the only person in the world who ever dealt with the same form of rejection. If you're feeling completely low, talk to a friend, family member, or co-worker about the rejection. See what these people have gone through and suffered. Sure, your friend may have an ideal marriage right now, but you never have heard about the ex-boyfriend who broke his or her heart, or ex-boyfriend, girlfriend who broke their heart. Your writer friend may be at the height of their career, but you forgot about the 4 novels they wrote before having their work accepted for publication. Talking to other people about their own experiences with rejection will make you feel like you're less alone. and that everyone else has felt the way on what you're feeling right now in one sense or another. Number 3, see how many successful people have dealt with rejection. The stories of how some of the most successful people in our culture today has faced one rejection after another before making it big and being famous and well known. Knowing that you're not alone in this world when you face a rejection can help you get more motivated to push forward. Though of course not all people who face rejection becomes widely famous. It couldn't hurt to reach for the stars though, however. Here are some things to chew on. Margaret Mitchell's Gone with the Wind was rejected by 38 publishers before it found a home. Marilyn Monroe was told she should quit acting when she first began. Modelling agencies told her she's better off to be as a secretary. Walt Disney was fired from the Kansas City Star because he was told his stories lacked imagination. Oprah Winfrey was fired from an early gig as a news reporter because she was told she didn't know how to separate her emotions from her stories. Last but not least, of a classic famous person is Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Number 4, make a habit of getting rejected when it doesn't matter that much. Another way to accept rejection is to learn to get rejected early and often. If you don't get rejected very often, then that will make it sting so much more. But if you do it routinely, especially when you don't really care all that much, then you'll learn to accept it and to see it for what it was. No big deal. Depending on your situation though, however, there are many ways you can regularly get into the habit of getting rejected and therefore be able to accept it faster. If you're upset about getting rejected by guys or girls when you try to ask them out, make a habit of doing it more often. No, this doesn't mean you should ask out every guy or girl in sight though, however, but let's say you ask out about for the guys or girls 10 to 20% more often than you used to. If you keep getting rejected, especially if you know your heart won't really be broken, then you'll be getting into the habit of getting rejected and won't see it as much of a big deal the next time it happens. If you feel devastated every time you try to send some of your stories out to the literacy journals and get a big fat rejection, then you should send your stories out to even more places. Of course, this doesn't mean you should send them out before you feel that they are ready, but that you should be able to send them out more often so that you won't feel the burn after you get the next rejection when you've been waiting on for months. Number 4, don't dwell on it. If you want to accept rejection and move on, then you have to learn to stop dwelling on whatever bad thing happened to you. You should talk about it, write about it, make some pros and cons lists about your future decisions, or do whatever you have to absorb and accept what has happened. However, you should work on finding other enriching experiences, whether it's spending time with your friends or family, or pursuing your love for photography, art, or what have you, to keep you going so you don't spend all your forever time dwelling on that rejection. Once you admit that it has happened, the best thing you can do is move on forward. Easier said than done, right? I know, been there, done that, believe you me. It's hard to stop dwelling on rejection, especially if you're feeling really bitter, confused, hurt, and all these other mixed emotions that rolls into the roller coaster. But the sooner the better you make a goal to find other fulfilling ways to spend your time, the sooner you'll be able to move forward. That said, if we're talking about a breakup, you should avoid having a set grieving period. Let yourself feel what you feel. Spend some time crying, writing in your journal, just dealing with your emotions, and only move on when you're ready. It's okay to have a grieving period, as I said in the first video. Anyway, number 5. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Another way to become more accepting of rejection is to try to avoid banking absolutely everything in your life on just the one result. This can mean getting into the prestigious Iowa Writers Workshop if you're a writer, getting married to your long-term significant other, or becoming the principal of school you were working for within the 5 years. Though having goals both personal and professional is what keeps us all motivated to move on forward, you should avoid letting one thing matter to you so much that it's not getting it will truly crush you. This isn't to say that you won't be deeply hurt if the person you've banked on for your future rejects you. But it is to say that while you're still deeply in love, you should always feel like you have other things going on in your life than your relationship. You can't let it be everything for you. Okay, so you may really be dying to go to the Iowa Writers Workshop. You may think it's your only path to being a published writer, but make sure you apply to at least a handful of other programs. You'll find you'll be accepted somewhere, and that you'll still have an enriching experience where you get to explore your passions. If you think it's Iowa or bust, then yeah, you're going to be incredibly disappointed when it doesn't work out. Well, this quickly ends the last part of how to accept rejection. Give me a like, full thumbs up, comment below. Feel free to share these videos around to family and friends. If you want to join me on my family on YouTube, feel free to subscribe to my channel so that you can keep up to date to what I do. I usually do this on the daily of my videos, but we'll see how we go. Anyway, no further ado, guys. Basically, don't forget to share these videos around to family and friends. Follow me on my social media sites. Do what you love what you do. Until next time, Aspie signing out, and I'll see you again soon. Ciao for now, friends.